1999, Star Wars The Phantom Menace was released. Alongside the movie came a game based on The Phantom Menace. No, not that one, or 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 that one. This one. The one where you can kill kids. Labeled just Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace, this game is unlike many I have played. It's got action, platforming, and RPG elements, and really varies from level to level on how much of each it has. The game was created by LucasArts and Big Ape Productions. Big Ape, to my knowledge, never made any more games like this, sadly, and is disbanded. The game was released on the PC and PlayStation, and growing up I had it on the PlayStation 1 and spent an ungodly amount of hours on it. And I picked up the PC port maybe 10 years ago, and the PC is far, far better looking, and I'm going to be talking about them both. However, they're basically the same. The PC's just better graphically, and I had a real hard time getting this old PC game to run and record. I had to pull out an old laptop, and I was running Windows Vista. And I was just tinkering around trying to get something that could record this stupid thing because it wasn't working on my much newer laptop. And so I got it, but the PC port has flickering characters and textures sometimes, so just gonna warn you about that. So I'll mainly show the PlayStation version, but I'll still sometimes cut to the PC version. The game opens up with dialogue that I've heard so many times before. I have a bad feeling about this. Your feelings serve you well, Obi-Wan. But don't let them cloud your judgment.
What is your plan, Qui-Gon?
When the Trade Federation Viceroy arrives,
we must convince him to leave the system.
Will they agree to leave?
And then there's like a long pause.
The Viceroys are cowards. This meeting will be short. Still, be prepared for the unexpected.
Welcome. I am TC-14, protocol droid and servant to the Trade Federation. So yeah, my family was poor, and we didn't have a lot of games growing up. So I spent a lot of time in the games we did have, and this was the one I probably spent the most time in. If you've seen the movie, this game will follow the movie real closely. Like, it adds stuff, but you're basically following the exact beats of everything that happens in the movie. So from here, you're introduced to a dialogue. You have things you can say to characters, and this will lead to other things they say. Sometimes you can choose options that will have Jedi mind tricks. You can also attack. Every living thing within the game can be killed. This includes you. This includes your allies. That's right, you can even kill your own allies. But if Qui-Gon, Jar Jar, Anakin, Obi-Wan, Panaka, or Padme dies, the game is just over. So you can kill them, but you can't. Everyone else is allowed to die though. Right after learning you can talk, you find out the room is filled with poison gas.
The room is filling with poison gas!
The game throws you into a battle, and it rewards you for exploring. Like, sure, you can just fight these droids and move on, but if you did, you'd miss this blaster, these hidden messages, this Ganga droid, this R2 unit who will come turn off the alarms, this thermal detonator, this health pack. You miss all of that immediately. So it teaches you to make sure you explore your surroundings in every level. You can even just like glitch jump over here. I discovered this was just like a picture. That's kind of neat. From here, you kill more, you press buttons, you leave. If you explore, you'll find a health pack and an R2 unit. Now keep in mind, sometimes it's better not to kill everything. Sometimes a droid or a person can help you if you talk to them. You can still kill them, but it might be beneficial for you to not do that. For example, this R2 unit will go to work on some panels for a bit, and then if he's still alive, he'll come open up this door for me to get a full health. Anyway, hit this button, and Qui-Gon says, "Door's open, let's go."
Door is open, let's go.
"Doors open, let's go" is something I quote all the time. In fact, I quote a lot of this game all the time.
The door is open, let's go. Find a way to open this door, and hurry! The door is open, let's go.
Past this door is the Viceroy. You see him, but the door shuts quick. I always wondered what's in there as a kid, but zooming in reveals not much. Now you can fight destroyer droids here, and they can kick your ass. Qui-Gon retreats and has you follow him. But hold up, there are also secret panels, and they don't seem to do shit. Also, in the PlayStation version, there's an invincibility cheat, and I'm going to abuse that to find out certain things. Like, can I stay here and fight off the destroyers? The answer is no. It turns out they are endless. I fought them for quite a while. You just can't win that one. One other thing, you don't even have to fight them. You can literally just retreat the second you see them, and Qui-Gon will just follow you and be like, okay. You never have to even lose any health. As you run in the hallway, you will fall and be cut off from Qui-Gon. I always wondered what would happen if you could go Qui-Gon's way, where he's gonna go, but you just can't. And you're gonna get cut off from Qui-Gon a lot. You end up in the air vents with these tiny little tanks that shoot electricity. If you explore, you'll find a fan, and in most games, jumping at a fan will make you fly straight up, but in the Phantom Menace, anyway, after some button presses, you got hallways and secrets and fights. A good way to defeat the battle droids at the bottom of this is to do this. Then open the door and see the Viceroy, and he's all like,
Ah! Don't hurt me.
I don't know why, but I always kind of imagine him as a sub.
Ah! Don't hurt me.
From here, some simple puzzles, a few fights. Qui-Gon says to meet at the swamp, and kaboom, level 1 is over. Level 2, the swamps of Naboo. This level introduces swimming, and when I was first learning to swim as a kid, I tried to swim like this. And I failed that swim test, and unfortunately never learned how to swim after that. From here, you swim to land and you fight some droids, you find a blaster. This level's far less forgiving than the first, as health packs are more rare to come upon, but they're not super rare. It's a huge difficulty jump from level 1. Then you see some Nuna, which are Naboo reptile birds. I always just called them frogs, but they're actually called Nuna. Anyway, they'll run past you and they'll bite you if you annoy them. So either run past them and leave them alone, or just fucking kill them. Anyway, you'll see Jar Jar, and then you'll drop into some water. And here's a useless trick for you, but if you want your weapon out while you're in the water, go to Start, go to Item, click it, and bam, it's there. You can't use it in the water though, so it's useless, but it's there. Now from here, we have our first multi-pathway. If you go across this tree, you fight enemies that you don't need to fight, and you don't get any items from it. Also watch out for falling trees. But it gets you where you need to go and lets you skip the puzzle as a reward. And if you go to the land, you fight a few droids, you have a couple items you can grab, and your first little puzzle. You just push a log so you can jump up to where Jar Jar is. I guess I don't know that that's a puzzle as much as it is a log pushing tutorial. Then you fight a huge wave of droids, more secrets, and you enter an area filled with those goddamn frogs. Then you got more fights, and over here you can skip this one altogether, but I used invincibility to see if this area is even beatable. It's an entire Trade Federation dropship filled with droids, and I was just curious if they came out infinitely. Surprisingly, they don't. You can actually beat this one. I mean, you can't, you would die for sure, but using invincibility, I found out the droids will eventually stop coming. Eventually you can talk to Jar Jar, and then a stap will shoot at you. You can wait and block its lasers, or you could do this.
Follow me, sir. You should do it grand.
And the stap will just vanish so you can continue on.
Misa clumsy, but Misa still help. Follow Misa. You should do it grand.
Anyway, you solve more puzzles, you get more secrets, and then for the first time you use a turret, revealing that what's in these boxes are weapons and destroyer droids, which makes sense because I believe destroyer droids are made by someone else and bought by the Trade Federation because they are expensive, which is why they aren't the main droid. And from here we meet up with Qui-Gon to go to Otto Ganga. And that would be level 3. I forgot to mention the cutscenes honestly don't look that bad for being PS1. And level 2 is a weaker level in the game. But level 3 is going to be the best one we've been to yet, so let's hop into that. Okay, so here is level 3, Otto Ganga. And as far as I'm aware, I think this is the only game where we can explore the Gungan city. And honestly, even though this is an ugly game, it's beautifully done here. Yeah, it would look better in a new game, but it's still, like, good. I like that these fish look different than the fish you see outside. You also visit Boss Nass, who you can kill, and his other members, but that does make Jar Jar die instantly. You give this amazing line about Jar Jar.
You must find and rescue Jar Jar Binks.
Why do we need that worthless creature?
And from then on, Qui-Gon sends you to rescue Jar Jar. Once you hit the controls on the bubble lifts, you now have a choice. You can play the entire level and hurt absolutely no one. Go through this whole level peacefully, solve the puzzles, talk to people, 100% peacefully. Or you can fight every Gungan you see and kill everyone. Be warned, once any of them die, the whole place will be after you. I've played both ways before, and the changes are so minor, and they do not affect the story afterwards in any way. Also, my girl Gray plays a Gungan child, which is just funny.
A monster! Help me!
Your first challenge is this jumpy thing. It's not much to it, you just kind of have to jump across. But what strange architecture. I mean, how do these Gungans get around? Do they have to also fucking jump across these posts to get around in their city? I guess that makes sense. The Gungans are bouncy boys. Then you end up at literally another platforming area to get across. This one you can talk to a person along the way and even force push him into the water. At this door, you meet a Gun who wants a pass card for you to continue. Now, if you haven't killed everyone, there was a nice Gun who would have given you the pass card when you talked to them. You would still have to mind trick this guard though. But if you were playing the murderous way, just kill this guard and move on. All the other trials in this level are just pressing buttons. Also, anyone know what these symbols mean? Now, this man you can't kill, because he controls the bubble lifts. He controls one that you can't control. So if you kill him, you can't continue the level. But once you're on his bubble lift and you're to where he needs to go, you can go back to doing exactly what you were doing. Also, careful when jumping around, you can sometimes jump out of the fucking map. So you steal Jar Jar and you get the hell out of there. There's also this other Gun in a cell next to Jar Jar. I don't know what they did, but I visited them. And then you and Qui-Gon leave, and that's level 3. It's pretty to see Otto Ganga and explore the city is cool. It's not like an amazing level, but it's for sure the best one we've had so far. So, here we have the Gardens of Theed. As usual, we get cut off from Qui-Gon this time by a bridge falling and you getting shot in the face by a battle tank. Now you can make the jump over to the tank, but it's almost impossible. You gotta be crazy perfect and lucky to do it. The water below is a waterfall, meaning Qui-Gon and Jar Jar fell off the waterfall, so how they survive and you can't is a mystery. You gotta swim and hop across these or swim to this spot. I know it sounds weird, but I used to sit at this spot as a little kid with my girlfriend at the time and just relax. We would like talk and look at this game as if we were actually looking at scenery. And I don't know, it was peaceful, and I still sometimes do it. The water is filled with those biting fish monster shit things. I just call them sharks, so be careful of that. Anyway, you hop across the platforms, use the force, fight some droids. Now this pink shield thing can kill you, so you don't touch it. You have to use the force to deactivate it. I also like to do this little slide every time. Then this man yells,
"Here they come! Get ready!"
And you fight droids with the Naboo guards. If you talk to the guards after, as long as they aren't dead, they'll either give you a repeated blaster or flash grenades. From here, you just kind of go through a maze of droids and a battle tank. This tank I don't believe can be killed, so avoid it. Within the gate, you find some injured guardsmen. They can provide you with a password. I say they can, but on my playthrough I did, they glitched, and they just kept repeating, "Here they come, get ready," and I'd have to fight a droid over and over again.
"Here they come, get ready!" "Here they come, get ready!" "Here they come! Get ready!" "Here they come! Get ready!"
But that is okay. The password is...
The passcode is J154.
But if he's dead, and this man at the door will take you through a different way, you'll just have to end up fighting more droids. Now you reach a long hallway, and there is a correct way, but in one of the alleyways, there's a vulture droid with full health. But he will explode if you get too close. So save here, and you try to get that health. It might take a couple of tries. After that, kill this shark, or don't. Pressing this button raises the water and he would swim away after it rose. Then press this button to stop a waterfall. This is another spot I used to hang out. It's really not that cool, but to me, I kind of saw like, I don't know, this. In the PC version, there's a bench here. In the PlayStation 1, there's not. You can use the Force to get across the waterfall, and you'll find yourself at the beginning of the level. You've made it full circle, so if you fall into that water, you are starting the level from the beginning. I could tell you every secret, but I ain't trying to do a walkthrough. You know, I'm just wanting to talk about the game. However, I will tell you this, back here, you gotta press this button to open a door so you can jump up here, climb across, and go into this person's home, take some bonus shit, which you might need to fight the tank. That would be the tank that shot you at the beginning of this level. And yes, I said fight. You can avoid it, but I always just kill it with all the stuff I collect on my way. Hide behind this statue, and it should be easy. Plus, there are 2 full healths in the area. Take out these mines, then you got 2 switches for the gate. Here's one, here's the other, and that ends level 4. Level 5 is the Palace of Theed, and it starts off with you once again getting cut off from Qui-Gon. Right after another reunion. This time, though, the Queen of Naboo is with you. You have to run away as an army is right behind you. If you run towards the army, the tank shoots green lasers at you, which is really weird, as that's not what they usually shoot at you. Also, if you go too far, an important character always dies automatically, to make sure you can't do that. Now this level is an escort mission. You have to sadly make sure the Queen stays alive no matter what. And I'll be honest, the AI for the Queen is not the brightest. On top of that, escort missions are never fun, and I will say, even though I love that Gray is voicing the Queen, and I love that they attempted to put Natalie Portman's face on the Queen is still very annoying. Throughout this level, you constantly want to go ahead of the Queen and fight droids and come back. Go too far and she dies. How do you know when it's too far? You don't. It's trial and error. The whole escorting part is literally the worst. It doesn't bother me that much as I already have this shit memorized, but like when I was a kid playing and I didn't know, it bothered me and I feel it needs to be criticized. A good aspect to this level is the life added to it. There's civilians running around and they die. There's soldiers fighting, they die. A mother asks you to save her kid and bring him back. And if you check on them later, you can literally see that the kid is sleeping. Now, the mother does give you something sometimes, but other times she doesn't, so I always kill her if she doesn't. My Obi-Wan is a dark, murderous killer when Qui-Gon's not around. There's a tank in this one, but unlike the previous one, this one is unkillable. Also, this is the only level you can get a force field, making you basically a Jedi Destroyer droid combo. It does go away with time though. There's a soldier who tells you you can't kill the tank, you have to give him water. Now to get past the tank, you have to get behind it and pull a switch. This involves going through hallways and fighting droids. There's a secret room that has this like murder mystery, and leaving out the side makes you fight a battle droid with green lasers. Why are his lasers green? Is he more powerful? No. Maybe it's a glitch, I don't know. Anyway, this house just has a dead guy in an R4 unit, and it makes me wonder like what the plan for this room was. But sadly, I don't get to know, and this is just a room filled with pickups. There's this super sketchy man in a prison, and you can decide whether to release him or not.
Oh, help me! You gotta let me out! I've been wrongfully imprisoned!
And let me tell ya, his face is for sure Sean Connery's face, right? It's gotta be. Anyway, I kill him, but sometimes he does give me stuff. After you open the gate, you deal with the Queen and her stupidity.
The gate is open. We must go now.
You're stepping on my dress. Help me!
Now be warned, the Queen is the worst to escort out of anyone I've ever escorted in any game. She will throw herself in all kinds of danger. Later on, I break into a woman's home. She complains about battle droids. You do everything that you learned in all the levels here, though, so I do appreciate that. Like, every level has built you up to this point to teach you everything you needed to know. And each room has enough stuff I can create headcanon of what it is, so that's cool, too. Also, you can talk to this fisherman.
Isn't there a vast, deadly waterfall at the end of this river?
What sort of question is that? Why don't you jump in and find out?
So don't listen to the fisherman and kill him instead. I mean, you don't gotta, but it's you might as well. I really enjoy exploring Theed and seeing the life that's there. This level I'd say was good if it wasn't for escorting the Queen. This level is also by far the hardest level you'll have to deal with at this point. Some civilians give you items to help you out, including one of those training droids Luke trained with, and it floats and fights beside you. And I know I said the Queen's AI isn't good, but also the droids isn't either, so sometimes you can use that to your advantage. Anyway, you go into the hangar with the Naboo ships, get reunited with Qui-Gon, and leave in the Queen's ship. The end of level 5, and the next level coming is the best one in the game, so get prepared. Here we are at level 6, Mos Espa, not Mos Eisley. What's the difference? I don't know, let me look. So it looks like they are two different cities. Mos Espa is where the Phantom Menace takes place, and there's about 85 miles to Mos Eisley. Good to know. I feel like they're commonly confused. I know I confuse them. Anyway, this level starts off with the action we're used to. We have to fight Tusken Raiders, but then it takes a different approach that we haven't had. And this basically becomes an RPG. We travel into town and we talk to people. Our main quest is to get a T-14 hyperdrive generator, but tons of side quests exist too. Asking around, you learn someone named Otto might have a T-14. Now you will spot Otto and you can chase him, but the dude straight up vanishes somehow, so you'll have to figure out something else. By the way, this is a guy you can race in the Pod Racer game, and he even has a Pod Racer out front. How cool is that? He sells Pod Racer parts and talks about pod racing. One of the more stupid side missions is that Padme is looking for Jar Jar. She lost him. She also informs you that a boy named Anakin can help you with Watto. You find Anakin hanging out with a bunch of kids. They're all like kidster. The kids are rude as hell, but I'll get to that later. Following Anakin leads you to his mother, who makes you agree to free Anakin if he's to help you. Both the PC and the PlayStation 1 have this glitch, where if you kill his mom, she's all like...
I won't help a murderer like you.
But if you talk to Anakin before killing his mom, He will glitch and become this horrifying parasite who will stick to you. He'll spin around you. He'll move with no animation frames. It's super weird. Is it even a glitch? Is it programmed in there? Either way, I had tons of fun with this and would use this to create new challenges, like killing the whole town without accidentally hurting Anakin. So anyway, obviously you aren't supposed to kill his mom, so don't do that.
I won't help a murderer like you.
You're a no good killer!
I won't help a murderer like you.
You follow him platforming through the junkyard, and there's a spot with Jawas where you can pick up a fuel converter. Also, one of the Jawas is unkillable. Upon getting to Otto's shop, you can talk to him.
Get it. What do you want?
He can show you AT-17, but you don't need it. Also, don't forget this guy. He will be important next level. Sometimes Watto's an ass and won't talk to you. You just gotta wait a bit and he'll come. But if he makes me wait too long, I destroy his droids. Nothing bad happens, but it's funny to me. Anyway, you can trade with Watto some of your items for other items. I'll put on screen what trades you can do. I usually do a portable fusion coil from Naboo in exchange for 2 fuel converters. This only works though if you don't already have a fuel converter. This place is also cool because it reminds me of the opening place in Star Wars Pod Racer. Unrelated, but Watto cannot be killed or even damaged here. He won't respond to Jedi mind tricks as well. You can talk to Anakin and he'll tell you he can win money for you so you can buy the T-14, but he needs parts to fix his pod racer, a servo control system, and a mass coupler. So you're going to have to go into town and get those parts, and there are many ways to do it. I'll place on screen all the options. Talking to Padme, she's all like, please find Jar Jar, he's gone, and he says he was thirsty. And then we meet some Twi'lek twins. One known as Anne Gala tells you that Jabba can loan you money to bet on the race. But this seems a little dumb, because why would I use that money to bet on Anakin and not just use that money to buy what I need? Unless maybe it's not enough, I don't know, unsure. And 2, this is Jabba the Hutt, why would I trust him? I tell her I know Jabba's fat.
They are extremely obese, or so I've been told.
And then we continue talking and agree to meet at Jabba's before the pod race. So one of the shops is Barbo's shop. Barbo spends all day leaving his shop and talking to a Gamorian guard. And then going back, he's all like,
Barbo is hurrying as fast as he can.
Barbo is not a trustworthy guy to trade pod racer parts with, and he has a back room filled with men waiting to kill you if you do make a trade. So I never make trades with him, but you can. And you will get the part. He's just a hassle to deal with. Going out back can get you another fuel converter though, if you need one. And let's talk about the Gamorian Guards in this game. For some reason, they are gray here instead of green. They're like the police of Mos Espa. Commit a crime and they will hunt you down and kill you. However, some people are free game to kill, without it being a crime. All bounty hunters, free game. But all citizens will get the guards after you. And you know they're bounty hunters if they push you, pull a gun on you, or try to mug you. Or if they look like one of these types. Now this random dude is not one though. His name is Matt Rags, and he hunts crate dragons. That is, if we believe he actually does. If you kiss up to him, he'll call you a friend and give you a crate dragon tooth, but if you don't, then he won't want to talk to you anymore. You don't need a crate dragon tooth. It's an optional side quest thing. But you can sell it to some people for a blaster. That one guy we saw with a pod racer earlier, he also sells pod racer parts, but I rarely trade with him either. He didn't do anything wrong, I just have my preferred vendors. This town is small, but it's open world and it's free to move around in. I have it memorized, but it might take a new person a little bit. If you come to this man, he informs you that some thugs took his house and threw him on the street. You can help him by going inside to talk with them.
What can I do to help you?
Can you help me get those thugs out?
I will talk with them for you.
They're right up those stairs.
What do you want?
What are you doing here?
We're conducting a little business with our neighbor.
I will not allow this crime to continue.
If you don't back off, someone is going to end up dead.
If you resort to violence, you will find that I am a formidable opponent.
And down low, a shop owner who shares his building is being mugged, and you can also save him. The homeowner will not be super thankful, but the shop owner will. And he'll be like, I owe you.
I owe you. If there's anything you need, let me know.
I need a mass coupler.
I don't think I could get one of those. But if you ever need anything else, just ask.
I'm searching for a servo control system.
I don't think I could get one of those. But if you ever need anything else, just ask.
I'm looking for a T-14 hyperdrive generator.
I don't think I could get one of those. But if you ever need anything else, just ask.
Do you have anything I could use?
Here, take these engine binders.
So he will give you an engine binder, and we can use that to trade for pod racer parts. Also be aware there are health pickups hidden throughout the level. Try to remember where they are and explore everything. Now there is this man who owns the house.
Do you mind stepping out of my way? Do you mind stepping out of my way? Do you mind stepping out of my way? Get out of my house! Ah!
No, you don't gotta kill him, but I always do. And if you kill him in his home, the guards won't come after you and won't know about it. It will activate turrets though, but they are easy. Anyway, why would we do that? Well, his house is a pathway we need to use. Sure, you can use it and not kill him. But when I play this, my Jedi are psychopaths. Climbing across, we meet a Twi'leks who warns us this is Sebulba's apartment. Now, Sebulba never shows up. I've tried many things to see if he will, but he doesn't, but it's still cool. Climbing the rooftops, we find a way into where we need to go, and why do we need to go there? Well, you see, this person's son is being held captive inside this building, and this door won't let us in.
State your business!
I would like to...
Captain Ned does not wish to see you.
I have little tolerance for Model DX5 security doors.
You are incorrect. I am a Model DZ5.
I also forgot to mention you can find Jar Jar in this room with this dude taking a bath. I think his name is Max Rebo or something, but what the fuck, Jar Jar? This dude is taking a bath.
Misa pretty hot. Misa pretty hot. Misa pretty hot. Misa pretty hot.
Also, I like to push this guy.
Stop pushing me!
So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, we're going to save that old person's son. Entering, we are told to back away, but I do this instead. I'm rusty, so I did bad, but yeah. Downstairs, there's a large beast. I have no idea what the fuck it is, but it's your first boss, and it's there. If you stand on the box the sun is in, you can attack without it hitting you. However, if you fight it head to head, it can wreck you. So either use ranged weapon, or cheese the AI by standing on a box. Then rescue the son, take him back to his parent.
We need to find a way to open the store. You have saved my son. Please, accept my gifts.
Thank you.
It is not much, but perhaps these can be of use to you.
And now we have all the trading parts we need. So we go to the bar to meet Teamto. He's a pod racer who sells pod racer parts, and he's in the pod racer game as well. I race with him because of this game.
I can drink 5 times as much as any being 3 times my height! Yes!
So how much is that? Well, looking it up, Qui-Gon Jin is played by Liam Neeson, who is 6'4". Teamto is about half that size, so we'll say 3'2". The average man, according to the internet, can drink 4 to 5 beers before getting drunk being 0.08 blood alcohol content. So being 3 times Tito's height would be 9'6", and if Qui-Gon can drink 5 beers before getting drunk, then a being who is 9'6" could drink 7.5 beers before getting drunk, and Teamto claims he can drink 5 times that, which is 37.5 beers, which is more than 3 12-packs. Jesus Christ, Teamto, are you sure?
Yes!
Anyway, he'll trade you a servo control system, and then go to this fella.
Better stand back, mister, 'cause I'm about to slash all my prices!
He has a pod racer and full health behind his house, and he'll trade you a mass coupler. Teamto and him are always who I trade with. And now you can return to Anakin and end the level. But wait, let me ramble a little bit more about this level. This guy sells dung worms.
Dog worm for sale! Out of my way, loser! Hey, stop walking on my dog worms!
Walking on these makes you stinky to everyone.
Ew, the stench is terrible! You better go home and take a shower. Hey, stinky! Get out of my way!
To get rid of it, I hop around the tub. I'm not sure if that gets rid of it or not. It's just how that usually goes away for me. Also, I said I'd talk about these kids again, and they are rude.
I would just like to look around.
Watch out! It's a hairy stranger! Ugh, you stinky man, you smell like bantha poodoo.
Okay, so in this level is a turret where you can shoot Jawas. I don't know why it's there, but you can kill them all. You will die first though, and it does nothing for the plot, it's just a side thing. So anyway, I turned on invincibility, and I'm gonna find out if the Jawas ever actually stop coming. Well, first the game froze a little bit, then it unfroze, then the turret broke. Clearly it wasn't meant to get this far. So I battled them all with my saber, and the answer is yes, you can kill them all. That's pretty crazy. They got super powerful towards the end. And speaking of killing them all, you can kill almost everyone in this city. You can go on like a Grand Theft Auto massacre spree. I usually plan it out though. I use special routes and I target bounty hunters first so the guards don't attack until later. Then I gather all my shit and then I kill.
Out of my way, loser! Hutabazoya!
Are you trying to rob me?
What did I ever do to you? Huta, huta!
It's the killer.
Now obviously you can't beat the level if you go around doing this, but it's still fun to do. This is one of the most open and least linear levels, and it's by far the most fun. The next one is good too, but this is the true highlight of the game, and I wish the whole game could be this. You can really see them put their passion into this one. Here we are, level 7, Mos Espa Arena. This is the second best level in the game. It's going to be similar to the previous levels, with a lot of dialogue, options, and like RPG elements.
These races bore me to death. I come here for just one thing.
What's that?
To get away from my relatives.
Hey, you. Come here. Hand over all your money.
You don't need my money. You're sorry you've bothered me.
I don't need your money. I'm sorry I have bothered you.
Have a nice day.
If you talk to this Choky man, you can get Choky or get referred to someone who can sell you a thermal detonator. Choky's food, I guess, but you can't use it. Then there's this Dweezil and Pally guy.
Dweezil and Pally! Get your Dweezil and Pally here! You want a bowl of Dweezil? How about a basket of Pally?
He's the one who sells you the explosive. I assume Dweezil and Pally is also food. Let me look these up and I'll just place them on the screen. Okay, so now you're going to want to kill these dudes, go inside this wall, and fight Tusken Raiders who have attacked this Jawa sandcrawler. Inside is an R4 droid. Follow him, make sure he's not hurt, and he'll open up this house for you. And inside are flash grenades. You might need those. So now let's talk to Angala, who we met in the previous level. And you have her take you to Jabba.
Ah, I love the view from up here.
What view? This view? This is not a good view. What do you mean you love the view? She gives you instructions on how to reach Jabba. And of course, it's a trap that drops you into a pit. You're forced to talk to Jabba, and no matter what you choose, you're gonna have to fight his champion for his entertainment.
Jedi ratu pando deki ben.
So yeah, that's the fight. As a kid, I called this a Rancor, but looking at him, you can tell this isn't a Rancor. He's too small. And look at the room he was kept in. Poor guy, it was literally all spikes. On PC, you can see him a little better, but I'm still unsure what kind of creature he is, but he has skulls on him and he wears clothes. Anyway, you can talk to Jabba after, but it's not necessary as the money was in the pit. So you grab it right before you have to fight his dude. Now you can also kill Jabba, but he's also one of the people, you can't kill without the game breaking and someone important dying. Now the way we need to go is blocked, and you sadly can't just kill these people. You need them to move. And to get them to move, Watto's worker and his friend are watching a band play. This band has a Wookiee, and if ps1 Wookiees look this bad, why does Fallen Order, a game 20 plus years after this one, still have such bad Wookiees? If you bother the Wookiee though, his guitar instrument thing is also apparently a gun. Anyway, you go to the 7G lounge and you order a Jerry Juice. If you order too much though, the bartender can turn you down.
How may I be of service, sir?
Give me another Jerry Juice.
Drinking Jerry Juice in excess can be detrimental to your health. You should not have another.
Just give me the drink.
I believe you have had enough Jerry Juice, sir. Why not try some nice blue milk or a nice ruby bleel instead?
Also, Teamto burps the opening from a Star Wars track. Give one Jerry Juice to Watto's worker friend and one to Watto's worker. Then he'll leave to go talk to Watto. He'll tell you not to follow him, but you actually do need to follow him. Just stay out of sight. Talk to Watto, and he's like, okay, if Anakin wins, he's free, but if he loses, I get your ship and you're stranded. Also, this version of Watto can be killed, but again, you'll lose if that happens. Also, in that area, we meet a bounty hunter who's after Teamto, and you can give him false info to help keep Team Toe alive. I mean, you don't need to, but I do. I keep my little dude alive. Now, we could continue this story, but first, let's mention a couple of things. This man you kill and resurrect with the Force over and over and over and over and over again. I think it's a glitch. You can just keep resurrecting him. This is called the Blue Room, where someone tells you you can make bets with Jawas, but it seems like you can't, so that must have been a scrapped idea. But the Jawas are still there. And here's a man who you have to make a crazy jump to see. You break into his home, and he's all like, "Oh, is it time to get up already?" Like, bitch, I just broke in. What do you mean? What kind of response is that? Anyway, if you tell him you're Anakin's friend, he'll give you a full health. So now we can finally go out. Those people will have moved by the time we talk to Watto.
You're right, my friend. I would have to agree. Jabba really loves those patty frogs. A few days ago, I gave him a few. Fresh from Tatooine, huh? He hasn't yelled at me all week. You have to stay on Jabba's good side if you want to survive around here, buddy. The Hutts own everything. Oh, yeah, I remember my first race. Yeah. That was a good one.
Anyway, we can walk around the stands now, force people in the air to watch the race.
Yeah, I heard that too. You're right, my friend. I would have to agree.
Now on PC, you can see the fans better. And they are something else. Let me show you some of my favorites in the stands. Anyway, after that you meet a Gamorian with a high-pitched voice who steals parts from pod racers. So, one of Anakin's parts gets stolen, and then you gotta chase this dude. And we have a second boss of this level, Jabba's champion being the first. So we fight this Gamorian guard. He isn't too hard though if you just cheese him.
Don't hurt me. I don't have anything. So grab the ignition capacitor, bring it back to Anakin, and the race will happen. It isn't very good, it's just a cutscene. If you want a better experience, switch the game out, play the pod racer game, come back to this one. But yeah, that's the level. Encounter in the Desert is the shortest level in this game. It's a goodbye to everyone in town. Weirdly, they're all gathered around to see you off, which is hella weird. Like, we weren't close with these people. You head off with Anakin, and you fight Darth Maul for the first time. This isn't about killing him, though. It's more about staying alive while making sure Anakin, Padme, and the T-14 hyperdrive generator stay alive. After some time passes, you hop into the ship and fly off. Like I said, short level. But before we move on to the next level, let me show you some stuff you weren't supposed to see. So if you make it onto the roof, you can do this and see that the world ends here. No world rendered. I guess the flat Tatooiners were correct. The world isn't round. Now if you manage to make it there, the game freaks the fuck out, but with enough hopping, you'll end up on a roof and you can go behind the blockade of people the game didn't want you to pass. And as you can see, it's only a partially rendered world with a world edge. But watch this kid die.
Ugh, you stinky man, you smell like bantha poodoo. Ugh, you stinky man, you smell like bantha poodoo. Ugh, you stinky man, you smell like bantha poodoo. Ugh, you stinky man, you smell like bantha poodoo. Ah!
While digging through the sound files, I found some unused sounds and characters. Captain Rutger seems to be a character that must be trying to help save the Queen in either level 4 or 5. Here are some of his lines.
You pompous Jedi, I don't need your help. If you see my troops, you tell them that Captain Rutger is alive and well. I hope the Queen can be rescued before it is too late.
Then there's this informant who can tell you a lot about level 7, so I assume that's where he was meant to be.
A hidden gambling room run by Jawas. They always have the best odds. You can win a fortune there. Well, perhaps you just haven't been to the right places. Try the 7G Lounge, or the Blue Room.
Then we have this dude labeled as Jabba's porter, and he has a whole quest about patty frogs that has been lost, making me wonder about that one guy in the stands who says Jabba really loves those patty frogs.
He's angry with me because I haven't been able to find any fresh patty frogs. They're his favorite snack. If you could find me a patty frog, it could save my life. Jabba is taking a trip to the Sarlacc pit tomorrow, and he insists that I go with him. Did you come across any patty frogs? That's wonderful! Thank you!
Jira is also a character who I assume is in level 7. Her lines are about selling you patty frogs. I'm assuming this is how you got it for Jabba's porter, if he existed. They must have both been removed from the game.
Hello, I'm Jira, one of Mos Espa's oldest residents. Fruits, hydroponic vegetables, and patty frogs. Well, I can sell you one for 7 truggets.
Last off, we have a Tatooine citizen who was never in the game.
Hey! Keep out of my way! Don't hurt me!
We also have Qui-Gon with some lines about the missing patty frog mission.
Hello, Jira. What are you selling? I need a patty frog for a friend of mine.
And some tutorial commands that also never existed in the game.
Obi-Wan, use the spacebar to mount the staff. Obi-Wan, push the rock into the pit. Obi-Wan, each door is marked with a symbol. Find the corresponding controls.
So level 9, we're on Coruscant and playing as a new character, Captain Panaka. He uses guns and martial arts.
What a nice day for a ride in an air taxi.
You soon fight something that's like an air destroyer droid, and it forces you to find a different way to escort the Queen. Positives of this level are that we're on Coruscant. Negatives is it's kind of an escort mission. Also, you can't tell me this guy doesn't have the voice of Robert Downey Jr.
Welcome to Coruscant. How may I help you?
And tell me this guy isn't sketch.
Greetings, citizen. I am in a bit of a dilemma. I was wondering if perhaps you could help me.
Killing them gives you stuff, but automatically sends 3 bounty hunters after you. Escorting the Queen sucks because she can get stuck super easily, forcing you to reload a save. Another cool thing is the PC version has tiny photos from the film on one of the screens. The PC version has a bonus spot where you can zap an R4 unit and he will come out and he'll whip out a blaster and start shooting at you. I don't even know why this is here. Shortly later, the Queen will get kidnapped, and from this point on, the level is a lot better. Just a level of shooting without dealing with the Queen. Panaka also has bouncy lasers. There are shopkeepers you can talk to.
Hey! What are you doing in my store?
I'm looking for a girl and 2 armed men.
Well, they certainly aren't in my storeroom. You'd best leave now.
Thank you. I must be going now.
My pleasure, sir. I hope you are having a pleasant day.
What do you sell here?
I sell the finest brand of choki imported all the way from Tatooine.
Thank you. Have you seen a girl and 2 armed men?
I believe I saw them boarding the lift tube.
Thank you. I must be going now.
My pleasure, sir. Can I help you find something, sir?
What do you...
I sell collectibles from all over the Republic.
Thank you. I must be going now.
My pleasure, sir.
Then you take a long-ass elevator down to fight off some dudes, including this glow-stick motherfucker. Travel further and we meet this man in a lovely white suit.
Don't hurt me!
I won't hurt you.
You must be trying to save the girl wearing the extravagant dress.
Yes, I am. Where did they take her?
They took her into the restricted area.
Where?
The restricted area is beyond the gray security doors.
Why is that area restricted?
It's a lawless area beneath the city.
That sounds like a very dangerous place. Aren't the lawful citizens concerned?
Now, the security doors can only be opened from the other side using a password.
What is the password?
The password is, Coruscant has lovely sunsets. Which it does.
Thank you, good citizen. Be well.
From here, we're going to be dealing with a lot of homeless type people in the deep depths of Coruscant.
Hey, mister, can I have some food?
Yes, I can. Here, take this.
Hey, I thought you said you had some food for me. Where is it?
I'm sorry. I was mistaken.
Yeah, that's what they all say. You're too mean to live with us down here. Mean people die pretty quick down here. You're too mean to live with us. It's the killer. Get him! 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 Mean people die pretty quick down here. Mean people die pretty quick down here.
Look at this little face hugger dude. Make your way through the mazes and find the queen. When you come to the bridge, this is how you solve it.
How are we going to get across? How are we going to get across? I'm right behind you.
Also, there might be dead corpses on the floor of the room before the boss. Then we have a boss. This dude with a staff. He might be a Mandalorian or something, I don't know. He's one of the hardest bosses, but look at his helmet. Anyway, you can't cheese him, and he wants you dead real bad, which makes him one of the hardest bosses. You gotta get a timing going too. You can easily lose to this guy, so save before fighting him. After that, you see Palpatine, and you'll never play as Panaka again.
If you want to do business, go to Barbo's store.
No.
Got any credits I could have?
No.
Mean people die pretty quick down here.
If you resort to violence, you will find that I am a formidable opponent.
Chokey! Get your dried chokey here!
No. I'll keep my money.
I want nothing to do with you!
Thank you.
Dweezil and Pally! Get your Dweezil and Pally here!
Do you sell proton missile launchers?
You want a bowl of Dweezil? How about a basket of Pally?
Never mind.
Get out of my house!
The door is open. Let's go.
Zuburizagobaroo!
Where's your sister?
Hoota hoota!
They are extremely obese, or so I've been told.
Hoota bazoya!
I apologize.
Hello, Daddy! Over here!
That is much too large.
How rude!
You'd better have a good reason for looking me in the eye, maggot.
I must be a farmer.
You stamped on my foot!
I've no time for your lies.
Hello.
You don't need my money. You're sorry you've bothered me.
Well, you're certainly rude.
What are you doing here?
You should really lock your doors.
You are certainly one of the most courageous men I have ever encountered.
Where is your mother?
I will not allow this crime to continue.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I am the most intelligent man you have ever encountered.
I will be most annoyed if you have lied to me.
The room is filling with poison gas!
Excuse me, but I must be going.
Have a nice day.
Level 10 is weird, and it will keep flipping back between two parts. Part A is Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon fighting Darth Maul. Part B is going through level 5 again, but backwards. I'm assuming they did that so they didn't have to make more of Theed. But this time you play as Padme, and you're with Panaka. She has a really useless lightning gun thing, so get her guns as soon as possible. Also, Panaka can die, so don't let him get hurt too much. Unfortunately, you never know what his health is at. Not a lot to say about this level. It's really just playing level 5 but backwards. Except we do have this turret part. The Obi-Wan Maul fight is okay, not the most cinematic. Now save here because a platform will drop, and you do want to drop, but sometimes it randomly kills you, so that's why you do want to save. On my playthrough, Qui-Gon fell too, which is not supposed to happen. The game didn't know what to do, so it killed him, so I had to replay that. But yeah, that's level 10. Okay, this is it. The last level. The final battle. Once again, we'll be switching between Padme and Obi-Wan doing their quests. Now, in the movie, there was 4 battles going on simultaneously. There was Jar Jar and the Gungans fighting, and Anakin was also space fighting. But in the game, those are happening away from you and you just don't know about them unless you've seen the movie. I wish they were included somehow though, as the game feels weird, building them up with levels and meetings, but then not really them being part of the plot at the end of the game. So the palace is filled with rooms and traps, and you have to save prisoners, find key cards, rinse and repeat. Also again, there are these computer screens showing screenshots from the movie, and that's cool. There's a little puzzle solving, and then you fight the Viceroy, who you can just fight his droids and he'll surrender, or kill him yourself. Now on Obi-Wan's side, you are traveling across these things, trying to reunite with Qui-Gon, who's fighting Darth Maul. You have laser puzzles, and use your rockets when doors open to take out enemies before they can hurt you. Sometimes making jumps here sucks, so make sure to save often. Then you have another puzzle. Then at last, the classic Darth Maul fight. He kills Qui-Gon, and you can actually soften him up first and take him out. On the PC version, he's actually easier because you can force push him, but on the PlayStation version, you can't. Darth Maul also uses lightning, so try to fight him close. And once that's over, you beat the game. Honestly, I really enjoy this game, even if it has faults. I think the biggest fault it has is to be a tie-in game with the Phantom Menace. It was best when it was doing its own thing, like the Mos Espa levels and Coruscant. Honestly, I wish it was just a Star Wars RPG having nothing to do with the films, with a lot more RPG-like levels. If there was an episode 2 or 3 like this, I would play the hell out of it, but if someone makes a game in this style of Star Wars, I will love you forever. I just want more. And if I had the budget and know-how, I think I'd make a Star Wars RPG in this style. Perhaps set like maybe sometime after episode 6, with just all new characters. Anyway, this video took a long time to make. Please leave a like and subscribe, and let me know about your memories of this game in the comments below.